YL self-gripping anchors. 1. And you're anchored.
YL self-gripping anchor eliminates all the unnecessary inconvenience of traditional drywall anchoring. Remember the old days when we have to go through all the hassle of looking for wall studs, measuring, marking, pilot hole drilling, inserting, aligning, and more drilling when trying to fasten hardware on drywalls? Gone are the days of numerous installation steps. With YL self-gripping anchors, it can all be done in one step and within a few seconds. The YL self-gripping anchor breaks down to 3 parts: a screw, an extra durable nylon sheath, and a self-drilling tip. The nylon sheath can be further broken down into 2 parts: the thread and the spread stop end. Here is how the YL self-gripping anchor works. After the self-drilling tip makes a pilot hole, the extra durable nylon sheath with our patent spread stop technology slips through and threads in until flush against the wall. It then begins to shrink in length, but at the same time expand in diameter, becoming a lock nut type fastener, gripping firmly onto the drywall. Notice that there is no pre-drilling and no additional accessories required. All you need is a trusty power drill or a Phillips screwdriver. Once you are set, fire away, and the whole process will be done in a few seconds. A true one and you're anchored process. The self-drilling tip has a diameter of 5.5 millimeters and is designed to tackle almost all type of drywall, plywall, plaster, and calcium silicate boards. It will also work on smaller diameter holes or no holes at all. The self-drilling tip is capable of reaming a wider or even a new hole with absolute ease. Now, prepare to be dazzled by the ease, convenience, and hassle-free installation of YL self-gripping drywall anchors. We're now going to install a wall-mounted wire shelf, a very common household hardware that every handyman will likely come across at least once in a lifetime. As you can see with the all-in-one YL self-gripping anchor, gone are the stud searching, measuring, marking, and pilot hole drilling. Just line up the hangers and drill away one after the other. You'll have a free hand to check the level, or even have a sip of lemonade. Your very own wall-mounted wire shelf mounted with ease. No task is too big or too small for the YL self-gripping anchor, since it is designed to hold up to 20 kilograms or 50 pounds of weight. On a small hardware like this hanger, it is a one and you're anchored process, all done within seconds. For ones who like to keep it simple, YL offers a simple alternative: the YL self-gripping anchor with an integrated hook. It retains all the characteristics of the standard YL self-gripping anchor, but with an additional hook, and withstands weights up to 75 pounds. Want to install the indoor unit of your newly purchased split system air conditioner? Install the wall mounting plate correctly and you're good to go. With the help of YL self-gripping anchor, you'll be able to ream a new or bigger hole on the mounting plate if the current ones are not suitable. And the spread stop end will ensure that it is held tightly onto the wall. Racking up the indoor unit has never been easier. Now comes the coup de grâce, the ultimate showdown. This is where the YL self-gripping anchor really shines. Ready, set, go! Compared with other brands, which comes with a separate plastic or metal threaded anchor. The greatest advantage of the YL self-gripping anchor is the all-in-one design. As you can see, this mop rack has a pretty large fixing hole on both ends, which already provides room for air when measuring. In reality, it is still difficult to perfectly align the holes of both the fixing hole and the plastic threaded anchor. Without perfect alignment, hardware will not be flush against the wall, which significantly decreases its holding strength. You might wonder what your wall will look like when the YL self-gripping anchor is removed. Leaving a gaping hole or worse, a messed up drywall that is a nuisance to fix is definitely not what we wanted when installing the anchor in the first place. Do not worry. YL self-gripping anchors have it all figured out. Notice what happens when we remove the screw? The self-drilling tip breaks away. Out comes the screw, and the spread stop end stays in place. The spread stop end keeps the hole intact, leaving a small hole, and is easy to plaster if needed. To summarize what we've demonstrated, compared with other drywall anchors, the YL self-gripping anchor is easier to use, utilizes our spread stop technology, and grips firmly onto your drywall, hence providing a stronger hold, has a flush finish, is easy to tear down if needed, leaves a very small hole in the wall.